With another video. What I want to talk about in this video, and I'm going to revert back to it. I know I've talked about this many times, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, you guys. I know how bad a lot of you guys want to become successful with this commercial cleaning stuff. Okay, but not only do we have to make sure we got the legal aspect of things tighten up and make sure we all, we put together legal wise, you have to make sure that the paperwork is good. Bad paperwork equal bad business. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Bad paperwork equal bad business. So you have to make sure that the paperwork is on point before you even get started with your marketing. Okay, and the thing is that you don't know when that splurge of potential customers are going to come your way. You just don't know. Like, I know the mindset, you probably think like, I've been doing this for 3 months, 4 months in, I haven't gotten one walkthrough, I haven't gotten one contract, or whatever the case is. But like any business, you're going to have those ups and those downs. You're going to have those peaks, right? You're going to have those times where you're putting in bid after bid, or you're doing estimate after estimate, or proposals, or what have you, right? And no one is calling you back. You're following up, you're not getting any traction. And then you're going to have those times where, voila, out of nowhere, you just start getting contracts. Okay, it happens to us all. You might not get them consecutively back to back, but you start getting like a little momentum. You got a little traction going. Okay, but you have to make sure that the paperwork. One second. That is okay. You have to make sure that the paperwork is fine. Okay, you have to absolutely make sure that the paperwork is fine. Okay, a lot of you guys how about this? And here's what I'm willing to do. And trust me, I don't need it, but I'm willing to do this. If you guys have contracts that you, and I don't think I'm the contract king, I just think my contract is better than everybody else's. Like, I put more thought into mine. My contract probably read a lot differently than a lot of typical commercial cleaning contracts. Okay, but here's what I'm willing to do. If you guys have contracts that you probably have a little concern about, you're not sure if it's worded right, or you just got a general contract that you found online, I want you to email it to me at bookfabiohart@gmail.com. Just, why not? Email it to me at bookfabiohart@gmail.com. bookfabiohart@gmail.com. And let me take a look at your contracts. And the reason that I'm talking about, I should call it agreements, because like I say, I really don't like to kind of call it contracts, but let me take a look at it and see what you have. Okay, because a lot of my subscribers, it seems like more and more is having a problem. They're getting fucked over, screwed over, and at the end of the day, these people that's going to hire you, chances are a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they had a commercial cleaner already, so they already know kind of what to expect going in. Don't and this, I know this is easy said than done, but guys, try not to show that you're nervous, or that you if you're not sure of yourself. Try not to show that. Try not to show that you're not sure of yourself, guys, because at the end of the day, they're human just like you. The only thing that they can tell you is, yes, we're going to hire you, no, we're not interested. Okay, but they bleed the same way that you bleed. Now, I do realize that some people have that ability, that gift of gab, or have those people skills where they may excel in that department. If you think that you don't excel in the department of dealing with people going, maybe door to door, over the phones, whatever the case is, outsource that. Okay, put together your own system. Okay, but you have to stay focused on your contracts, on all your paperwork, your contracts and all. And I'm not even saying that you have to buy mine. I'm not saying that you have to get my estimate breakdown sheet, although that I would suggest it to you, but I'm not saying that you have to get that. It's a lot of great valuable information online. The thing is that it's few and far between, because a lot of people just don't post that type of information online. They don't want everybody in the country using their information. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can find some decent information online if you only search. Okay? Before you get to marketing, before you get to, you know, sending out your mailers, going door to door, making your phone calls, things of this sort, before you get to doing that, make sure you have your documentation, you have your paperwork together. This is bids or bid breakdown forms and checklists and agreements and business cards and flyers or whatever the case is. Make sure, and I can't tell you guys this enough, you're gonna learn, because the most embarrassing thing in the world is going out to market and you don't have the paperwork, you don't even have a contract, you don't have an agreement, you don't have an estimate breakdown, right? Now, I'm not saying necessarily you have to use an estimate breakdown, because there's a lot of ways you can measure the size of you can get the roller wheel thing. It's a lot of different ways you can come up with measurements and come up with pricing. I tend to think when you're just starting off, and I've been using this consecutively for years, since 2012, been using my estimate breakdown sheet, and it's been working wonders. Okay, when you have a system in place, once you have what you charge for X amount of square feet, it's a lot that goes into that price, you guys. Don't just go by the square feet, okay? Don't just look at an estimate breakdown sheet and say, okay, from 200 to 400, I'm gonna charge this. From 400 to 600, I'm gonna charge that. For 600 to 800, I'm gonna charge. Don't just do it like that, because you have to consider how many times a week you're cleaning. You have to consider the nature of the cleaning, what type of cleaning you're doing. Are you doing a full deep cleaning? Are you doing just a general cleaning? Those type of things, okay? You have to consider those two things, okay? What type of cleaning you're doing, how many times a week, okay? How long it's gonna take you to clean the building, right? And another thing I want you guys to focus on when you're putting your price together, and here's where I fucked up early on, okay? And I'm just gonna be cut and dry with it. Here's where I fucked up early on. When I would put my numbers in, because I was targeting small to medium-sized accounts, when I was putting my numbers in, I was coming in at like $45, $50, right? With a price like that, I had to do the work myself, because I couldn't hire nobody, let's say, for 2 hours. They're eating away at that money, right? They're eating away at that money. So, but that's what I was doing in the very beginning, because I'm like, okay, my first account, you know, I came in kind of low than I probably should have, right? But who doesn't, right? We all do. Franchises, all, you know, we all do, okay? But if you're gonna come in low, at least make it up somehow in volume, in terms of picking up more contracts, because otherwise I feel like you're working for free, right? I feel like you're not maxing out to your top ability, right? When you go on and do these contracts and you're working at $45, okay, you can mark something that's $45, you can easily mark it up to $60, right? $70, okay? Because you have to convey the message in the person and decision maker that don't haggle you over price. Don't haggle you over price. Haggle you over quality, okay? And you have to convey that message. You have to find a way to convey that, okay? You have to find a way to convey that you don't want them to haggle you over price, okay? Because they'll beat you up for price, but you have to somehow get in their head that it's not the price that you should be worried about. It's the quality that you should be worried about. The quality of work performance that you put out there. Again, if you guys hiring someone, you want to put them in account, not only where that if you pay them, or you know, the fact that you got to pay them, that you're still making a profit afterwards. Okay, you don't want to just hire someone and then you're paying them and then you can make the business bills, but you don't have nothing left over after that, right? Because it's gonna even be hard to even break the tax man in for that. Okay, now I'm not telling you don't charge low prices. Okay, there's some accounts that's so small you could charge maybe $45, but then you're gonna clean it yourself unless you don't mind taking a hit for that. Okay, but the whole thing, the whole meat and potatoes of this particular video, excuse me, is your paperwork. That's the whole meat and potatoes of this. Okay, do not, I repeat, do not start marketing until you got the legal structure out the way. Until you got the legal structure out the way. Okay? And until you have what I call your you know, your own personal kit, that I like to call it. I forgot what I normally call it, but you want to have your folder full of forms, you know, your agreements, your business cards. You know, you want to have a couple ink pens and pencils and things like that, right? You want to have your estimate breakdown if you have one, right? You want to have the most important forms, I'm about to say non-disclosure form. You want to have a non-compete. You want to have applications, right? Because you never know where your next employee is going to come from. I keep telling you guys this. I don't care if you got to carry a backpack while you go door to door. I don't care if you got one of those strapless, you know, I mean, those pull over your chest things with the little pocket on. I don't care. I don't care. You make sure that you have that stuff, because if the people say, okay, I want you to put in the bid, and you don't have a bid worksheet, or, you know, you don't even know how to start to do it, it's going to take you forever, and they're going to think you're bush, and they're not going to hire you. Okay? So they're not going to hire you. Like I say, make sure, I got a feeling my phone is about to ring, so it's kind of throwing me off. But make sure you guys have all the forms in place. You have all the forms in place before you even go to market. Okay? Because you never know when someone is going to ask you to give an estimate. You never know when someone is going to ask you for a flyer, for a business card. Right? You never know when you're going to have to, it might come a point where you're doing this and you're like, you know what, I need to write this estimate up ASAP. I can't wait till I get home. You might actually have to sit in your car and, you know, look at your worksheet and finagle everything and see what you jotted down on your walkthrough, and just sit in your car and handwrite. I've done that before. I don't like to kind of always, I guess, write it down. I like it kind of typed and, you know, neat in appearance. But you got to do what you got to do. Okay? And at the end of the day, I find out that they don't really care. They really don't. You just turn in the numbers. As long as the numbers make sense to them. All right? You have the checklist accompanying that. Or if it's not detailed in your agreement, you have a checklist accompanying that, because you need to show an itemized list or a breakdown of what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay? That way you can always go back to it if necessary. Okay? Because sometimes you get in these accounts and they say, well, you didn't do this. You say, well, sir, according to our checklist, we weren't supposed to do that. Now, I can do that, but we just have to revisit the agreement. Okay? We have to revisit agreement that will ultimately probably raise your price a little bit. Okay? Or you can just go ahead and do it. Okay? But don't get suckered in. Don't get suckered in. Your contracts is very important, because those people, they've been hiring cleaning companies forever now. You're a hotshot new person coming in. You know, you kind of don't know no better. They got a feel for it. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about when I tell you guys this. Because when I was green, I was coming in, I was pretty confident. I've always had the confidence, but they could tell that I didn't know what I was really doing. You know, I felt like when I gave them the bid of maybe, you know, $35, $40, I felt like they went in the back office, closed the door, and started laughing at me like, idiot. Like, dude, this dude is working for free, for real. Like, this guy he's really working for, like, I felt like that's what they were doing. But in my mind, I felt like I'm in business. You know, I got a business. You know, I got this account. They're paying me $45. And another thing, don't be afraid to charge per hour. Okay? Don't be afraid to charge. Now, don't be ridiculous per hour, but don't be afraid to charge per hour. The smaller the account, you might want to base it on a fixed rate, a fixed price, because you don't want to charge $17 an hour, $18, $19 an hour, right, for an account that they will pay, and you only work 1 hour, right, or 2 hours. There's no money there, right? So the bigger the account, the more you're there, like the day porters. I need to start talking a little bit more about day portering too, because it's money in day porting. I just find it to be somewhat of a headache sometimes, because you're actually working there while the administration is there, okay, while perhaps your contact person is there. So they are on your ass a little bit more, because it's like, hey, can you do this? Do you mind doing that? They ask you to do a lot of different things that's not even written up in the contract. But, you know, being the nice person and the nice company that you are, you go and do it. But then that sets you back from the goal or from something that you're really supposed to be doing. So you can't let these guys push over on you. That's why I said the paperwork is important. Don't stop being fucking cheap, you guys. Stop being cheap. There are sites out here that sell contracts. Okay? I don't know how much or whatever. But if you need to buy a great contract to save your fucking life, then buy a great contract. Okay? And I'm not alluding that you need to buy Have Mine. You don't. But your paperwork need to be right. Your paperwork need to be right. Your flyers. So many people have sent me flyers, screenshots of flyers, and text. You know, they text me flyers in a picture message, and the flyers are full of shit. They don't have no call to action. They don't have nothing that's irresistible. It's just, this is such and such cleaning company, or homegirl cleaning service, or whatever. We are licensed and bonded. Everybody say they're licensed and bonded. We clean toilets, bathrooms, sinks, dishwashers, this and this and this. We vacuum carpet, this and this and this and this and this. Give us a call for a quote. That's not the right flyer. That's just a typical just outline company flyer. What you do, okay? What service you offer, okay? You have to have a call to action. You have to have a call to action. If you want them to pick up the phone and call you, you have to have a call to action on there. Have it what we call an irresistible offer, okay? This can be anything from a free cleaning to half off your first month to buy one get one, to have a coupon. You can actually have a coupon made where they got to snip the coupon out of the flyer, give it back to you, and you give them 30% off. Okay, the first month cleaning, the third month cleaning, right? It's a lot of different ways that you guys can market this thing. Okay, if you think you don't understand marketing, then pick up some marketing books. Google marketing books. Go to Amazon, type in best marketing books. There's a lot of great marketing books. I'll be all day just naming some. Okay, but if you don't understand marketing, get a marketing book. Here's a program. Jot this program down, because I've never mentioned this ever on any video until now. I'm going to tell you the program that helped me propel myself when I didn't understand marketing from the inside out. Okay, jot this down. Some of you guys may have heard of this guy. Some of you guys may have not have heard of this guy. There's a guy out. He has a system. Okay, now it's pretty old, but it's still relevant content. Okay, the guy name is Joe Polish. He has a program called Piranha Marketing. Now back then it was many hundreds of dollars. I don't know what it is today. You might be able to find it on eBay or Amazon for a low price. It's a set of CDs. Okay, I haven't listened to it in years, but he actually breaks it down marketing, because Joe Polish actually owned a carpet cleaning service at one point before he became one of the top-notch marketers in our industry, or in the marketing industry. He was actually a carpet cleaner that was failing. He didn't understand the marketing from the inside out. Okay, so what he did was educate himself about marketing. Okay, then he put together this incredible marketing system. Okay, which is absolutely incredible. If you need some gems, I'm not going to tell you what's in the system, because I really want you to go and buy it. If he's selling it for $200 now, get it for $200. If he's selling it for $500, get it for $500. It's worth the investment. Okay, I've never mentioned the guy to this day, but him, Don Lapre, and there's a guy named Jay Abraham. Jay Abraham show you how to take something in a whole different market and be able to bring it into your market and make a lot of money from it. Okay, cross marketing. He's very good at cross marketing. Okay, so like I said, man, this stuff is, I can't even so much say it's common sense anymore. Okay, because I like to say it's common sense, it's just not common practice. But I'm not sure if it's common sense anymore. The thing is that I want you guys to win. I want you guys to win. But you have to invest in yourself. Okay? You have to invest in yourself. Understand contract laws. There's books about contract laws. Okay? You want to learn as much as possible on the legal side of things, on contract side of things, because if you're anything like me, you just didn't have the money initially to hire a lawyer or get any help from, or any advisement from anybody, you know, of any significance, because you didn't have any money, right? And generally speaking, they're going to charge you for their time, okay? Or they're going to charge you for their forms, or whatever the case is, okay? There's a book out for everything. I was talking to one of my subscribers today. She needed a little intel about something. I told her about the book called Contract for Dummies. Okay, there's a book out called Contract for Dummies. It's been out for a very long time. There's a book out called Contract Law for Dummies. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, it's called Business Contract Kits. Go to Amazon right now. That book has everything from you know, for if you got a lawn service, a cleaning service, or any type of contract you need is in there. A non-compete, non-disclosure, just a basic agreement. Like, it has everything in there. And it comes with a CD. You pop the CD into your disk drive, load the form up. It opens up in like a PDF type of format, or like a Word format. And all you do is just go ahead and key your information in where it's supposed to go. Key it in. They have all the form on this one disc. I think the book is $29.99. I'm not sure. I own the book. Haven't looked in it in years because I have my own contracts and I've been doing it for a minute. But it's still part of my little library. Okay? If you guys don't understand something, you have to be proactive. Yep. Okay. $7.21. He said it's $7.21 on Amazon. Business contract kits. Go ahead and get that. Now it's gonna be just generic, just not generic, but just basic stuff. It's not gonna be anything extensive. Okay. Now you can model that. They have the CD. You can start there. Okay. If you want a more extensive contract, you can get mine. I got a going price. I offer that for $500 because, again, my lawyer helped me write mine up. I'm offering it for $300 or $299. Okay, my estimate breakdown is $100 right now, and this is my Christmas special. I said it on the other video. I'm saying it on this video. It's gonna go up after a while, so you guys need to take action. So if you looking for a contract, email me bookfabiohart@gmail.com. Subject line: need your contract. Need your estimate breakdown. Need your flyers. My flyers, it goes 1 for $50, 2 for $100. Okay, now we're doing 2 for $75, 1 for $35. I think I'm doing it for. No, 1 for $40, 2 for $75. Okay, so I mean, again, you guys, you have to work on your business. If you're not going to treat it like a business, then don't do business, or just don't do this business. Okay? You have to work on your business. You have to put some time and energy into it. Stop looking for the quick fix. Okay? Stop looking for the quick fix, because the quick fix will get you shitted on. Okay? On a bad deal, because you just wanted to hurry up, get some money in your pocket. And I get it. I understand. I get it. You wanted to hurry up and get some money in your pocket, So what you did is pull the first contract, or you made a handwritten contract, you typed it up yourself, and this, that, and the third, and you left out a ton of great stuff that was supposed to go in there. Again, accompany your contract or agreement, whatever you want to call it, same thing, accompany that with a checklist, because you need to itemize and break down everything that needs to be done, and then you sign off on it and date it. They sign off on it and date it. Okay, this lets you know and let them know that this is what's going to be done for X amount of dollars. Okay, now you can have that all on one form. Do you have a referral for a great company shirts? We changed our logo. I know I'm off subject, just working and listening. Okay, referral for great company shirts. Are you talking about to build your logo? You say, let me read this again. Oh, I get my shirts just from a local supplier. All you have to do is just Google, or look it up in the yellow pages, like T-shirts, what they call it. Like polo shirt suppliers. You can go online. Shit, what's these guys? I always talk about them. Vistaprint does them. They'll put your logo and all of that. Vistaprint, I think, is kind of pricey. I think you might be able to shop around, but Vistaprint does them. Okay, but it's a lot of great service. Maybe within your state or even out of state. If you need, I always try to start within my state, because I like the turnaround time to be sufficient enough for me, instead of dealing with somebody out of state that could do it and then I have to deal with the shipping and I mean, I don't mind a place that I can just drive to and just go pick up the shipment instead of them sending it out. Now if you gotta do something out of state, like a Vistaprint or something like that, then you gotta pay for the shipping and handling and stuff like that. So but Vistaprint does it, but all you have to do is just Google, because any shirt print shop can do it. Okay, special company you would recommend. Vistaprint is cool, but expensive. Thanks much, Fabio. Yeah, it's the company that I use, they just only do local. They don't ship out. Okay, and they only do it by X amount. Like, it's got to be a certain quantity. That, like, I have new ones coming in. We actually changed our colors. So at the top of the year, told them, take your time, go ahead. I want everything to be perfect, right? So at the top of the year, 2018 is when we're actually they're gonna come in, like right after Christmas, but before New Year's, or by New Year's. Okay, so but you got to order a certain amount of quantity for for them to even work with you. So I have a certain amount of shirts that's coming through. We changed our color, but they don't ship. So our supplier wouldn't be able to help you if you weren't in, like, Michigan. So I mean, I don't know if they ship. I know they don't ship out of state. I don't know if they ship within state, but I know they don't ship out of state. So if you're out of state, you wouldn't be able to use them anyway, because they won't ship. It's a smaller company. They give us great prices. You can either, like, you find a company, you can get your shirts through them, or you can buy your shirts elsewhere and supply them with the shirts, and then they could put your logo and stitch it on. But it's a lot of great companies. What paperwork you need? Well, the most important paperwork, I would say, is your bidding forms, like an estimate breakdown. An estimate breakdown just states, your pricing, your price schedule, basically. That's always great to start off with. Another thing I like to tell people is I'm gonna come back to this too, is package deals. That's very effective in the very beginning for just the guy that's just green, that just doesn't know how to do anything, just yet. But your estimate breakdown, your bidding sheet or bidding form, bidding spread, right? Because you want to be able to input those numbers when you put your bid or estimate, to put your bid or estimate through. It's the same thing, okay? You want to have that available because when they need a quote, they're going to want a quote right away, right? Generally. And I usually tell people to get a quote in 24 to 48 hours after doing the walkthrough. Okay, so you want to have that, your business cards, your agreement. Agreement is very, very important. The estimate breakdown sheet, like I say, that's just your payment schedule. And then like your bidding sheet, okay, to put your bid or put your estimate through, right, to put your numbers through, okay. That's pretty much the whole thing in a nutshell. And any flyers, postcards, business cards, things of that sort, you want to carry it with you, okay. I always have that in my vehicle. Oh, I'm sorry, in applications too, because you can be out. Like I have my Hollywood janitorial shirt on, well, the old ones, right? And people ask me all the time, excuse me, you work for them? I say, yes, I do. Are you guys hiring? Yes, we're always hiring. Do you know where I can go to get the application? Sure, I have an application for you. I allow them to put in the application. I say, look, we're always hiring. We always have positions coming up, coming open. Just go ahead and fill this out. Make sure you fill it out in full. They give it back to me. I file it with the rest of the applications. And as I need to hire, I have applications on deck. Okay, so again, your applications, your bidding sheet, your estimate breakdown sheet, your agreement, business cards, flyers, brochures, anything of that sort. I mean, you can mix and mingle, hire, and applications. Okay. Another thing you guys got to do: stop being self-employed. When are you going to become entrepreneurs? If you're just joining me, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. If you're just joining me, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. Stop being self-employed. Become entrepreneurs. Okay? And the thing is that, like I said, and you heard me, this shit sound like, I got to do this repetitive because a lot of the calls that I get, the emails that I get, the questions that I get, it's stuff that I answered on the video, so it's just not resonating with you guys. So I got to keep returning back to this type of stuff so it'll resonate with you, so you understand. Because I really want to see you guys win. I want to give a round of applause to people that have gotten accounts. I don't give you guys enough credit here because I'm just so passionate about it. It's like I want everybody to win. There are people that email me. There are people that I've helped that I'm not going to, just say their name. Lean on me, guys. I don't care where you're at in the country or outside of the country, international or domestic. I don't care. Okay? Lean on me. If you're not sure about something, I don't know it all. Okay? If I don't know something, I'm going to let you know, hey, such and such, I don't know this. Look, let me give a call back in about a half hour. I need to get a little intel on this. I need to get a little information on this. Okay? And then I'll go to my mentors. My mentors are $1 million people. Okay, I have 3 people that I report to. They're all millionaires, right? They all give me like 60 seconds of the time, 2 minutes at the absolute most. So I got to get whatever I need to get out in 60 seconds, and they're going to answer within that same 60 seconds or 2 minutes or whatever time frame that they give me, and then we're done. Okay, but I don't bug them because, let me see. I'm going to be honest with you, Fabio. I do not like calling around for pricing to my competitors because sometimes they start asking too many questions. Instead, I'm thinking about purchasing Cleaning Guru. Okay? To submit the estimate sheet and bid form. You mean Clean Guru? They're actually in my city. I'm familiar with them. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay? But anyway, so like I was saying, get your forms. Whether you get it from Clean Guru or whoever you get it from, get your forms. All you need is just one of them, right? And then you just reproduce it. You just go and make copies of them. Okay, it's not rocket science, guys, but you definitely need this stuff. Okay, calling the competitors, I want to address that. It can be a good thing, and then it can be a bad thing. Okay, it just depends on the person. Like, you got to dumb yourself down, because they know when the competition is calling. At least I know. They call me all the time, ask, and I play dumb, right? Like a jack in a box. And I hurry up and get them off the phone. But you got to pretty much dumb yourself down, because when they're on to you, then they'll freeze up. They won't give you information. But all you need to know, I mean, if you're calling them, you're just calling them for pricing. That's pretty much all you want to know, right? Like I said, it's a lot of great, valuable information online for free. It's few and far between. It's going to make you work to find it, but it is a lot of great, valuable information online. If you need to buy your contracts, you need to buy your estimate rate, you need to buy your bid sheet, you need to buy these forms from somebody, buy them. Buy them. Buy them. Okay? Because somebody agreement that's selling you an agreement, or selling you whatever these forms is that you need, it's saving you a lifetime, because they already got the verbiage, they already got what need to be said. They're already in place. It's already in place. Now that you have the forms, you got your business cards, you got your estimate breakdown, you got your bid worksheet, you got your agreement, you got your flyers, your postcards, you got all of this stuff. Now that you have all of this stuff, you can go straight to market. Okay? You guys are making it totally super hard when it doesn't have to be. I tell you all the time, you can Google flyers and then model somebody else's flyer. Or you can call a company or contact a company like Fiverr. If you got an idea, you can kind of convey what it is, right? Give them a rough draft, right? Take a picture of it with your phone, send it to them via email, give them a rough draft. As long as they can see it and read it, it's fine. Okay? Give them a rough draft, what it is you're trying to say, what you're trying to do, right? And then they can put that flyer together for you. Or there's always people like myself, there's companies like myself that sell flyers, right? I sell my estimate breakdown sheet. I got, ask Tyreek. I'm not sure if he's on, he's probably not on here. But Tyreek, he bought everything, right? I sold him all my contracts. I have 6 versions of my contract, because we changed it that many times before we got to this final version. He was only buying one. I gave him all, from our regular standard contract all the way up to this. So you have 6 of my contracts, right? I told him don't post them online, because I will be on them, you know, because I know who I sell the contracts to. I told him just don't post the contracts online. Okay? He bought the estimate breakdown sheet. A lot of people say, Fabio, I don't know what to charge for this and this and this and that. Now, my numbers might not always fit for your area, but it gives you an idea. Okay, you might go up $10, come down $10, all right, based upon your area. Okay, but it gives you an idea. So that's all that estimate breakdown sheet does. Okay, the bid worksheet. A lot of people don't even know what that looks like. You know, they say, so many people say, oh, I Googled, like you said, and then they just show me a spreadsheet, but I don't know where this goes or where that goes. Okay? Again, mine is very simplistic. It tells you exactly what it is. It's just not blank spots on the sheet of paper. It tell you what this number is, what this means, times this, come up with this price per day, all of that. It's on my spreadsheet. Okay? My flyers, again, the contracts, if you're interested, put need your contract. The contract, I let it go for $2.99. Best deal bar none. Okay? If you want my estimate breakdown sheet, or let me see, what was in my estimate breakdown sheet? Yeah, my estimate breakdown sheet. If you want that, I'm letting it go, and these are all my holiday prices. I'm letting it go for $100. Okay? I usually sell that for what, $2.99? I think I normally go for. My flyers, they're usually 1 for $50, 2 for $100. You get 2 for $75, 1 for $40. Okay? Let me see here. Thanks, Fabio, for helping us understand the value of a contract bid sheet. Sometimes I get caught up in SEO AdWords and forget I need something. Clients to. Yeah, yeah. Again, you have to have a call to action. You have to have a call to action. And don't get me wrong, Delonte. SEO, AdWords, advertising online, great. That's great. Can I explain invoices? I also offer that too. I keep telling you guys to ask him like he's on here. But Tyreek, we gave him the whole shot. Tyreek has everything in my application. He has my employee timesheets and everything. He has a non-compete agreement. I forgot what disclosure. We gave him some type of disclosure. And this is all current forms that my company uses to this day. Okay, invoicing. Can you explain invoicing? Invoicing is basically what to do. Okay, it's an itemized list of what you did and how much it cost them. You equate the taxes on there, the supplies if you offer supplies, or if they go through you for the supplies, you give them a grand total, and that's what they owe. Okay. So if you did window cleaning, general cleaning, carpet cleaning, and they were all different prices, you itemize it. Like you'll say, 30 days of carpet cleaning, or however you word it on your invoice. You specify, for 2 times a week, this and this and this. You put the price, how you came up with the figure, right? Okay, so if it's, let's say, $50 per cleaning, and you do it twice a week, then you can just break it down individually weeks or individual weeks. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but you have to itemize it. You have to break it down so that you see where those fees come from. Okay, how did we do it? On ours, I believe we break it down week by week, so you will know each week, and then we give you, you add it up. So it's going to be, for an example, week, whatever the date is, we have the date on there, the actual day that we clean. Across from that, $50. Okay, that's week 1. Week 2, the days same, which would be the same days, $50. Week 3, $50. Week 4, $50. That's a grand total. You add that up. That's just on general cleaning. Okay, this is pre-tax and all of that. So you'll add that up. That's just for general cleaning. Okay, so that's $200. That's for general cleaning. Now let's say we did carpet cleaning, and that was $400. Okay, so that's just one time. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So you say carpet cleaning, because that's a different, that's not part of general cleaning. Carpet cleaning, bam, $400. Yeah, you can use that, and you also can use QuickBooks. QuickBooks could be pretty expensive, but they have a good invoicing system. Okay, like he said, you can use Word, but you just have to develop it yourself in Word. You just open Word up, and then you just start from scratch in Word. Like I say, you do carpet cleaning, $400. Okay, so then that's gonna add on to the $200. You see what I'm saying? So it's all lining up. So it's an itemized list of detailed things that you did, and you show the date that you did it. You can go by the date, right, or the day, or the date, because you want to specify. You want to be very specific, so they'll understand what it is that they're paying for. Okay, and then you put that out 2 to 3 days before it's due. Okay, so like my invoices, like I said on the other video, go out either on the 28th of the month or the 27th of the month, if I'm on a net 30. If I'm on a net 15th, I'll do it maybe on the 12th or 13th. And the way you just send it to them, you can send them via mail, or you can just drop the invoice off personally. If they close within your region, you can just drop it off personally, the invoice, and then the next time you're going to see them will be on the 1st or the 15th. If you're doing it, like, let's say, every 15 days or so. Okay, so Yeah, but that's what an invoice is. It's just an itemized list of detailed things that you did, the pricing, you add it up, you put your sales tax on there because they should be responsible for taxes, the grand total. Okay. Also, you can add, like, at the bottom of that, of any offer that you got going on. Sometimes I do that too. If I got window cleaning or some type of offer that I want to let them know about, I'll add that on the invoice to make them aware that we have 20% off for window cleaning for the whole month of January, right? So if they want to get their windows clean, whatever offer, okay, that's the way that you kind of bring your volume up. You bring your revenue up, I should say. Okay, so again, you guys always want to be thinking. I hopefully I answered your question about invoicing. That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. It's the itemized list with dates and prices of what you did. You turn it in at a specific time, collect the check. Okay. You also can Google invoices or how to make an invoice. If you don't know how to make one, it's very, very simple. In the top left hand corner, you generally probably going to have your name, your information. In the right hand corner, you're going to say it's going to be to, it can be from, and then your company name, your address, this and this and that. And then it's going to go on the right hand side, it'll be to ABC Dental on 123 Oak Street, their telephone number, their fax number, right? Okay, then you might have on the first line by itself, it might be a little line, and it might say date. So you date the invoice. Okay, this is whether you're keying it or whether you just handwriting it. And then there's going to be like a graph, some boxes, or whatever the case. You know, like a spreadsheet with some boxes. You know, going across, going across, going across. And then you just kind of key in the actual dates. I wish I had mine, like a copy of one of mine on me. I would show you what mine looked like or whatever. But it's very, very specific and it's very easy to understand. It's not a bunch of blank lines. Like it's going to say number of whatever, and you're going to understand it from there. Okay, so that's pretty much what the estimate, and I specify general cleaning by each one, so they'll understand that this is just a general cleaning. Now, if you offered another service, again, you could still put it on the same invoice, but you just specify what that service was, how much it was, etc., etc. Okay, but get your paperwork ready. If you guys have a contract, if you have an estimate breakdown sheet, if you have some type of bidding form, when I meet the owner and go through the walkthrough, what forms do I show them? Do I show them the agreement and bidding forms and estimate breakdown? No. You don't show them any forms when you do the walkthrough. When you're doing the walkthrough, all you're doing is collecting information from them. I'm going to say that again. All you're doing is collecting information from them. You can leave them a business card or a flyer or a business card, or a combination of both. You can staple the business card to the flyer and give them the whole flyer. Okay, that's what you're going to leave them with. Okay, they don't need the agreement. They don't need your estimate. They don't need to know what your prices are. They don't need none of that. That's confidential. That's company confidential information. Okay, they don't need to see your contract before it's time for them to sign it. They don't need to see your bid breakdown sheet before it's time for you to submit your numbers. They don't need to see your estimate breakdown sheet before it's time for you to really look at it and see what you're about to charge them. They don't need to see none of that stuff. Do not show any of that stuff. Okay? Do not show. That's like them opening up their bank account to you, let you see the numbers. They're not going to do that. Right? So don't show them that. All you need to supply them with, you can leave them with some marketing stuff like an ink pen or something with your company logo, your company information, a coffee mug if you want to leave them with that. A business card, a flyer, a postcard, something like that. You leave them that type of stuff because it's going to have your company information on it. It's going to have your offer on it. It's going to reassure them why they should hire you. you're the best in this area, and then you have a magnificent offer. Okay, so that's what you're going to leave them with after you do the walkthrough. After you do the walkthrough, you're going to leave them with that. That's why you need to have that on hand. Okay, so if you're carrying a little folder, or if you got a little what they call it down board, the little, I forgot. Shit, the little board, right, with the clip on it. You got your little clipboard. That's it. You got your little clipboard. You know, you might have the forms and things that you need under, but all you need is just some scrap paper, just some type of paper where you can jot down what it is they need done. Okay, and then from there you're gonna take those numbers, take everything, you're gonna analyze it, put it together, and put it into a bid format based on the information that you collect. You're gonna put it into a bid format. This is where your numbers is coming in. Okay, and then 24 to 48 hours after you do the walkthrough, you're going to submit that bid to them. You don't want to wait no more than 2 days. Okay, because they're not going to call you, they're just going to move forward. And by the time you say, well, I got it, I'll wait, I'll give it to them Tuesday. And you call them up and say, hey, this is Todd, you know, I have oh, thanks a lot, Todd, thanks anyway, we have another company, thank you. Right, they're going to flip you off just like that because you waited too long. You wasn't serious about it. If you can get the numbers in the same day, I would suggest that you do. Allow them 2 days to look at it, and then follow up, answer any questions that they may have, and see when it is you can get ready to start. If they don't have any questions, you want to see how can you proceed next. Okay, and then that's when the agreement signing is going to come. Once they say, yeah, we like what we see, you say, okay, great. What would be a good time for you to for us to come in and do the agreement? I have a 9 o'clock available, and I have a 2 p.m. available. Or a 9 a.m. available. I have a 2 p.m. You always give them 2 times to pick. Either way it goes, they're going to sign the contract. Never just give them 1 time because it may not fit for their schedule. If you say I have a 9 o'clock available, hell, they might be in a meeting at 9 o'clock but be open at 2 o'clock. That's a That's not a negotiation. That's a tactic that I use. Okay, that's a tactic that I use instead of just giving them 1 direct time. Hey, I can come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, Fabio, it's not going to work. 10 o'clock not going to work. We have corporate meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So that's why I say, well, I have a 2 o'clock available, I have a 10 o'clock available, and I have a 3 p.m. available. What time work for you? You know what? Come back at 3 p.m. We have a 10 o'clock meeting tomorrow morning. So yeah, just come in at 3 o'clock. Okay, and so that's the tactic that you can use. Or you can do different days. You can say I have 9 a.m. available tomorrow, which is what? Let's say Saturday, or I have whatever, right? 1 p.m. available Monday. Whatever the case is, you can offset it like that. Okay, either or, whichever one they pick, guess what? They're going to sign it because they didn't tell you no. They didn't say, oh, we're okay, we don't need it, you don't have to come back tomorrow. You give them this or that, and they pick this or that. Either way it go, you're going to close that deal. Same thing with the days. You say tomorrow I have a Saturday 9 o'clock available, or I have a Monday at 1 p.m. available. Doesn't matter if they pick tomorrow or Monday. At the end of the day, you're closing the deal, right? Because you're going in there, you're going to submit your contract and, you know, read it, make sure they understand it. They sign and date it. You sign and date it. You give them a copy of it, and then you ask them, when would you like for us to start? Don't give a contract and just be waiting. And then, Fabio, what do you think I should do next? I gave him the contract Saturday. Gave him the contract. I supposed to wait for him to call me? No, before you walk out of there, you ask him, okay, thank you. Hope things are going good for you, brother. Good evening, Fabio. Oh yeah, things are going excellent. Evolve. So that's how you do it. You ask them when they sign a contract, because it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Then at that point, it's no different than you got a job, right? They don't give you. They don't let you do orientation without giving you the job, right? They might have a career day. They might have a career fair where you go where it's an open interview, right? But you might do an open interview but not make it to orientation, right? I'm just speaking in general, right? It can be any company. So the same thing apply here. When they sign the agreement, you ask, great, I'm glad to sign on to you. I'm sure you're gonna love us. We're gonna be the best thing to happen to you. Whatever your little word is. You picked the right company. You're absolutely gonna love us. Whatever you're gonna say to them, and then you ask them. You follow that up with, when would you like for us to start? You have to ask that. You have to ask that. So that's why most people don't get the contract. They're scared to ask that. When would you like for us to start? Or if they have a company now, you say, okay, great, I understand that you have a company. When would you like for us to start? They say, yep, we want you to start January 1st. Now, you got the rest of December, right? 3 weeks approximately, or whatever the case. You can gear yourself up because you know at January the 1st, you're going to be at this new site, right? And then you can give them a call the day before. Don't have to. I would, but you don't have to. Give them a call the 31st. Obviously, you don't want to do it like this because 31st, a lot of business is going to be closed, because January 1st, a lot of business is going to be closed, or they're going to close early on the 31st. I'm just using this as a hypothetical. Okay, so you call them on the 31st just to get verification. Hi, I'm Fabio Hart with Hollywood Janitorial Service. Just want to verify, make sure that everything's still a go-ahead, for tomorrow. Clean. Yep, everything is great. This other company going to be out of here. Okay? Or you shoot them email if you don't want to call them. Okay? So, that's that. Then you go in. You might want to do another walkthrough to make sure you didn't forget anything and figure out who, your contact person is and all of that. Then you just get started cleaning. Alright, train yourself first. Make sure you understand that, and then put a body in there, dude. Train yourself first, right? 30 days, 60 days, however long, right? So they give you a month worth of payment that you don't have to pay out, 2 months worth of payment that you don't have to pay out to anybody, and then you put a body in there. You train them exactly how you was trained, and then you go keep going, right? Look for more contracts. Thank you, Evolve. Great. Keep telling people about me, dude. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks, Fabio. You're welcome, dude. You're welcome. I want you guys to do this in the best systematical way, period. But pay attention to the forms. Get those forms together. Get those forms together. If you're marketing now, hello? Hey, how's it going? Where you at? Okay. Oh. Okay, that sounds great. But look here, love. I'm in the middle of the video. I'll have to call you back. Okay. Definitely ask, do you want us to start? Yep. You definitely ask. No, not do you want us to start. When do you want us to? Yeah, ask, when do you want us to start? Yep, she's right. Betty, I love you. Betty been listening to me for so long now. Betty, she's in full gear. I haven't talked to her in a while. But last time I talked to her, she was doing excellent, right? She was building traction, right? If I'm not mistaken, she was working on a pretty sizable deal the last time I talked to her, right? So the thing is, you guys, and Betty will tell you, I sat and talked to her on the phone. I gave her ideas, and she watched my videos and take notes and things like that. But she used the information. Information changed the situation. I got that from Eric Thomas. It does. Information changed the situation. Okay? So, let me see here, Fabio. Hang on, let me scroll back up. I don't want to miss you guys. Yes, stay consistent, Betty. I love you, inshallah. Thank you. You got to stay consistent. Let me see here. Definitely ask when. Okay, great. I read that already. Fabio, when you do a walkthrough, how do you calculate the estimate while you're on site? Off your head? Is it in your head and experience, or is it the formula that you use? First, don't even worry about calculating anything in your head while you're there. Worry about what it is they want you to do. Okay? Worry about what it is they want you to do while you're there. Then you worry about your calculations when you sit home. You get to, get yourself a peppermint tea or whatever the case is, right? Cocoa, whatever it is, right? Coffee. You can sip and think. Okay, you put your numbers together, how you want to structure it, how you want to put it. Don't be so much in a rush to put the numbers in. I do tell you, get it in 24 to 48 hours or the same day if you can, depending on when you do the walkthrough. However, don't rush it, because that one mistake, it costs you just like an email that I got the other day. One mistake, and he's working for peanuts, and he's one of my subscribers. I'm not going to say his name. I don't want to make him feel bad, because I love you guys all, but I really chewed him out. And if he hop on here, he'll tell you, like, I really got in his ass. I really chewed him out because he wasn't supposed to make that deal. Again, if you're not sure about a deal, guys, you know I'm approachable. I have the forms. I don't force them on you. I let you know what I have, and if you want to purchase it, you purchase it. If you don't, you don't. But that don't stop. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to call him because he's going to sell me something. Right? Email me. You guys got my email. Email me, bookfabiohart@gmail.com. If you want to purchase something, I told you what to put in the subject line. If you don't, just say, have a question. Okay? Fabio, can you call me? And I will call you. My assistant, Jasmine, usually get the emails. I'll be honest about that. She forwarded over to me, says, Jack say call. Josh say call. Amy say call. This, that, and the third. She give me the number, I will call. I've talked to many of you guys. So if you don't, if you're not sure, you need clarification. Again, if you need clarification, reach out to me. Lean on me. If I don't know something, I'm gonna tell you I don't know it. Let me get a little intel. Like I said earlier in this video, if I don't know something, I'm going to let you know I don't know it. I'm going to get a little intel on that. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is put your boots on and get into action. Put your boots on and get into action, man. Have those forms, though. Don't go door knocking and going to soliciting. You don't even have forms. Have those forms. Have those forms. Work on your forms now. If you set up the business, you did the legal stuff. You got your EIN, you got your LLC or your sole proprietor, whatever the case is. Once you get that out the way, you got your bank account, right? You got your insurance, or maybe you're working towards your insurance. Once you get the legal stuff out the way, the legal stuff, the business structure, once you get that out the way, part 1, set the business up. Part 2, do your paperwork. Part 3, start marketing. Part 1, set the business up. Okay? Part 2, paperwork. That's flyers, brochures, business cards, whatever you got, ink pens, t-shirts, whatever you got, hats, gloves, whatever you have, whatever can be used as, and then you get your paper, your agreement, you get your estimate breakdown sheet, right? You get your bidding worksheet. You get all of those forms together, guys, because you don't know. You might walk in the building tomorrow on a walkthrough with the, I don't know. I'm just going. I'm gonna see how this goes, and I'm gonna go in, and you're gonna meet Doug, and he's just the most jolliest guy. Yeah, where you guys been? Where you guys been? We've been needing you guys 2 months ago. Glad you walked in. Well, why don't you come on? Step into my office, right? And then you step in Doug's office, and before you know it, Doug know for sure he want to go with your company. So then you're going to wait till I go live and say, Fabio, need your help, bro. Where do I find the contract at? Where I did the walkthrough, but I don't know what the charge on the building is 2,200 square feet. I don't know what to charge. I got my business set up. Everything's ready to go, but they're asking me, they want me to put the bid in. You wouldn't have to tell me that if you had your forms ready. Okay? Make sure your forms is simplistic enough for you to understand. And again, this shit is not common sense, it's common practice. It's not, it's common sense, it's not comedy practice. That's what I meant to say. But Like I said, when you have your forms, you make sure you understand your own forms. Make sure you understand your own agreement. Okay? If you got to buy this stuff, invest in you. What's wrong with you? Invest in you. How do these giant companies they invest in themselves? Right? Invest in yourself. Okay? I'm not saying that it has to be me. You don't have to buy anything from me. Right? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is it might be another company, right? May be a little cheaper, might have a better setup than me, right? Invest in yourself. Get a book, right? Get some audios. Learn marketing. Joe Polish. I told you guys that. Write that guy name down. Joe, J-O-E, Polish. Like polish your shoes. P-O-L-I-S-H. Joe Polish. Okay? The name of his system is called Piranha, like the fish, marketing. Piranha marketing. Go to Google. Type in Piranha marketing system. Okay? Type in Piranha marketing on eBay. You might get it for a good deal. Type in Piranha marketing on Amazon. Let me see here, you guys. Wow, excellent. Ha ha ha. Peppermint tea. Yeah, I like peppermint tea. Yeah, stay consistent. Betty, she said it best. Thanks for making yourself available. Not a problem. Not a problem. I want to help you guys. That's a blessing. You can have an assistant. Yeah, Jasmine, she's terrific. I love her. I don't know what I'll do without her. Sometimes these folks don't know the square footage, which is magical. How do you approach that, Fabio? I usually just charge hourly by that point, but that's not smart. I'm tired of doing that. Okay. Okay. If they don't know the square footage, you can look up the building online. You know, it'll tell you when the building was built, this and this and that, the address, this and this and that. You can get a little intel about who the developer is and this and this and that, okay? Might take a little work, but you can find out their square footage that way online. Or you can just do the measurements, the width times the length. Okay, that'll give you the square footage. The roller wheel, you're going to do it from the outside, not the inside. Okay? So, if it's the width, the front is the width on one side, on the left-hand side, or the south side of the building, then it's going to be the same on the, generally speaking, it's going to be the same unless the building has some hooks and crooks to it. Okay? It's going to be the same side on the other side of the building, generally. Okay? And then you do the width and the width. So you do the length times the width. You can do that with the roller wheel. You roll it all the way out, stop it at the end of the building point, stamp your time, you jot it down, you do the width, do the length, right? The same thing. So you can take the roller wheel and do it. Okay, you can do that on the day that they're not even there, right? You can just measure the building yourself. They don't even necessarily have to even know that you even stopped by. Cameras or no cameras, you just roll it along the side of the building, right, to get your width, and then you roll it like in front of the building to get your length. Okay? Or like I say, you can look up, you know, you can find out who built the building, when it was built, and generally speaking, it's going to give you the square footage. It's going to tell you how many stories, etc., etc. Okay? That's ways that I've done it, and I found it to be helpful in the beginning. So, how much is my contract? I have the Christmas special going right now for my contract. It's basically $300, $299. It's $500 any other time. What's up, Fabio? Landed a 20,000 square foot. Congratulations, HBZ. 2-story building. It has one building, 5 days. 2 building. It's the $3,100. Is $3,100 too low? I think so. That's why they hired you. I have 3 employees working it. I think that's incredibly low for a 20,000 square foot building. Because, like for an example, where I'm at now, this is $1 billion company, right? This building has 4 different buildings. It's the same company, but it's 4 buildings, but it take up 5 blocks long. Okay, so it's each building does something different, and each building standing long is not 20,000 square foot. Okay, standing alone. Now, if you add the square footage up on all of the buildings, you might come close. But I make double digits here. I won't say exactly how much, but I make double digits when in billing them. So I think that's why they hired you for a 20,000 square foot building. But then, I mean, the market could be different. I'm out in Michigan. I don't know exactly where you are. It just sounds like it could be different. Because it's 2 stories, 20,000 square foot. One building is 5 days. The second building, MW, whatever, F, what's that? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 3 days only. I think you could have got more for that. But go ahead and take it. It's a good deal. I mean, it's that you have it. It's just when the contract time come up, or you renew it, or you come back at your contract or your agreement, then just go up on it. Thanks for all of the help. Keep being a blessing to us, Father. Yeah, no problem. How do you calculate the length and the width of the total square footage? This regular, you just, whatever the numbers is, you multiply them, and that's going to give you the square footage. The length times the width. When you roll it out, when you get yourself a rolling wheel, just YouTube the measure wheel. They'll show you how it goes. There's a couple companies that offer it. You might be able to find it for cheaper on Amazon. You might be able to find it cheaper on eBay. But I do know a couple sites online, cleaning sites, that do offer it. Probably a little bit more pricier. Guys, I'm going to tell you. Make sure you focus on your paperwork. I'm here to tell you, because if you don't, you're going to be a bad case. Okay. If you don't, it's going to be a bad case. You better focus on those contracts. And I'm not saying you have to get mine, but you need a viable contract. Don't start marketing, because again, if you come to my office and you look, trying to do cleaning, you don't know. I might call you in tomorrow and say, look, I need to hire you. I want to hire you. Can you email me the numbers? Can you fax the numbers over to me? I need the numbers today by 3 o'clock. Can you fax them to me? Some people would have you do that. So you gotta, again. But if you don't have the bid form or the estimate worksheet form to put the numbers into, right? If you don't have QuickBooks, you can do it on QuickBooks. There's a lot of software programs you can do it on, right? They got work loading programs. I'm not a big fan of work loading at all, because the computer do everything for you, and I'm not too keen of the computer putting my numbers together for me. So I'm very old-fashioned with it, right? Because there is error for mistake dealing with the computer. But some people, it's big on that. That's where Clean Guru, they're out of my city, where my office is, and that's what they offer, work loading software. I'm not a fan of it, but you can use it, okay? If you want to put your numbers together, you can use work loading. All you're going to do is key in the certain information that they ask you. The software program that they use is going to calculate how much you should charge, and then you just put it into like the little database the way they have it set up. You print it off and then you submit it. I'm not sure that I'm be too keen on that, but you gotta have your forms, you guys. You gotta have the forms. If you marketing, I would say put it at its standstill right now. If someone call you, then they call you, right? And I'm usually one to tell you guys, never stop marketing. Never stop marketing. But if you don't have any forms, no flyers, no business cards, nothing, don't market right now. Don't market right now. Okay, slow up on it. Just slow up and come back to it. Whatever you're doing, just come back to it. Get all the forms together. Get all the forms. I'm telling you, some of you guys are gonna listen to me right now. You're gonna call me next week and say, Fabio, I got another account, or I got a account to put a bid in, but I don't know how to do it. How do I do a bid? That's why I'm telling you to get get that stuff together. Make sure you can understand it. If you got a bid worksheet and you don't understand it, send it to me. Take a picture of it with your camera phone or scan it on your computer and email it to me. Right? Let me take a look at what you got and see if I can understand it. Then I can kind of say, oh, this is pretty simple. All you have to do is yada, yada, yada. I call you up and say, okay, hey, let me see, who can I use? Call you up, hey, Delante. Okay, you know that line, you see line 1? Okay, great. Right on that line, on the first box, you're going to put X, Y, and Z. Okay, right across from that, Delante, do you see? I'll walk you through it, guys. Send me your contract. Let me see what it looked like. Was not being prepared, right? You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. You have to be prepared. It's imperative. I say it that many times because it's imperative. I really don't like to get calls from you guys that's like that, because what's happening is you're leaving money on the table. They're going to think you're a fly-by-night. They're going to know that you're a startup. They're going to think you're very inexperienced. That's the word. And they'll be able to tell that. Like when I first started, man, it's just the same way you see me now. I was like that in the beginning. I was nervous as hell, but I didn't show it. I don't know how I didn't come across. I just went in there, hi, yes, I'm Fabio Hart with such and such. Who would I speak to in regards to commercial cleaning for your company? Right? Oh, that would be such and such. Great. Is he available? No, he's in a meeting now. Great. Would you happen to have a business card? Sure. Here. Okay, great. What's your name? I'll take her name. Oh, your name is Melissa. Great. I write Melissa's name on the front. On the back, I write the contact person, the person that she told me. Okay, great. Well, if you don't mind, here's one of my business cards. Would you pass it along to him? Let him know he can give me a call just as soon as he can. If not, I'll just do a follow-up phone call with him. Okay, great. I'll tell him. Now that's my discomfort, Fabio. I'm not confident. I'm not confident because I'm starting out. So I want to be honest, but sound professional and honest. Be your honest self. Be your honest self. Go in there. Some people say it's cool to tell them that you're new. I tend to differ with that because I think it's like having a new barber, right? Like, you want a barber. Everybody got to get experience somewhere, but you don't want the new guy cutting your hair if you're not sure about him, right? If you're just the second customer he did for the day, this is the first time he did this. He went to barber school though. He learned how to do it, but you don't want to be the guinea pig, right? Or going to the dentist and dealing with the inexperienced dentist or something, right? You don't want that. So you want a more seasoned, a more seasoned dentist, right? Somebody that's been doing it for some time. Same thing here. Same thing here. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get. You just have to keep doing it. I still get nervous. It just doesn't come across. Yeah, what Delante said. Yep. You gotta be prepared, guys. You got to be prepared. That's why I came with this video. I did a video like this probably last month, right? I'm not sure exactly when, but it wasn't. It must have not resonate with you guys. It's not resonating with you guys. That's because you might not be sure about your ability, Evolve. For an example, let me give you an example. My first, well, I'll say one of my first contracts, one of my first 4 contracts, and I remember who it was. It was a chiropractor lady. She said, I will hire you to be our general cleaner if you guys do carpet cleaning. I will hire you to be our general cleaner if you guys do carpet cleaning. I say, yeah, I could definitely see you might need some carpet cleaning done. I say, it's nice that you said that because we're actually running a promotion right now for a free carpet cleaning once you stay with us for a year. So your 13th month, so you stay with us for a year, your 13th month, right, and you stay a whole year, then the next month, the following month, 13th month, you're up, you're eligible for a free carpet clean. Now, they gave me that entire year, because she signed on for the year, because she'd rather have a free carpet cleaning than pay the carpet cleaning price. But I figured through the course of the years, the carpet cleaning was going to pay for itself through me cleaning her facility. So that's why, that was my pitch, right? That was my thing. And actually, I thought that up at the very last minute when she said that. Because I wanted the job to get the general cleaning, but I wasn't too sure of myself about the carpet cleaning because I had never really did it. I seen some videos on it. I watched people do it, but I hadn't did it like my own self. So I said, okay, this gave me a full year to get a subcontractor to do the carpet. And that's how I did it, Delonte. Delonte, just because you don't do something, don't mean you can't find somebody who do. Henry Ford did not know how to build the Model T, but he assembled a group of people who had the know-with-all and the intellect, right? Who had who was technical enough to put the car together. But his name is stamped on it, and he get the credit. But he didn't know how to build. He didn't know how to build cars. Henry Ford had a 3rd grade education. Didn't know how to build cars. But he assembled a group of people who knew what he didn't know. They got the job done. Okay, so with that being said, you have to look at it the same way, my friend. You might not know how to do carpet cleaning, but if you're sure about your abilities, who else did it? The same Bill Gates. He lied and said he had a program already developed that he didn't have. Then he went into motion, put the program together, and then sold it back to IBM. IBM sold it to him for cheap. He sold the same thing, tweaked it a little bit, and sold it to them for many thousands or whatever he sold it for, right? But he claimed he had this program that can solve a math equation problem. I think it was 2 + 2, if I'm not mistaken. When he first started doing with the computers. Type in 2 + 2 and it's supposed to tell you that it was 4. Right? And that's his little thing. And then he sold it back to IBM. I don't know if he bought it for the low for IBM or they just gave it to him for some reason. I think he bought it in less and then he sold it back to him for many more. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And once you're sure of yourself, you can get the job done, then you can okay it. You can do what I did. I gave myself enough time to learn it. Right? So I hired a guy. I seen him do other carpet cleaning jobs. At this time, I didn't even have the machine. I got the machines now. Right? The buffer, carpet cleaning machine. I got these machines now. They're in storage. Right? But I didn't know how to do it. But I took the job because I figured I could find somebody to do what I didn't know how to do. And it gave me a whole year. So I told her if she signed on for a whole year, the 13th month, she's up eligible for a free carpet clean. That's what she really wanted anyway, the free carpet clean. But the only reason she was going to hire me is for the carpet cleaning, if I was cleaning carpet. Well, because I knew I wasn't seasoned at that, I didn't really know it like that, and I'm like, okay, I never really cleaned carpet before. I started watching stuff on YouTube and seeing, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, man, I really just don't want to, I just want to do general cleaning. I want to work with the vacuum cleaner, mop, room, and I want to, you know, dust some stuff off, wipe some stuff down, and get out of there. I really don't want to do any carpet. So I assembled the guy that's been doing it for 15 plus years. He had his own equipment and everything. And on the 13th, I put him under contract and everything. I say, hey, if I get some jobs and this and this and that, right? Put him under contract. Still work with me. He's an individual. He's a single guy. He's not a company, right? He's a guy that's just been doing it for some time, and he's my subcontractor. Okay, but on the 13th month, I gave it to her really, really free, because through the course of the year, I feel like it was gonna pay for itself. So he did the job. I paid him the agreed upon price because I told her it was free. So, you know, I paid him good out of my bank to get the job done. She loved it. That's how you do it. Haha, Delante. True, Fabio, being yourself is the best way, because they see your honesty and trust you to work for them. That's very true, Betty. Very true. Okay, I see the marketing pitch to help direct the interest of the sale. Okay, okay. Yeah, I had thought of that at the last minute. I really didn't have that on a flyer or nothing. I say, well, she said, well, we really need carpet cleaning. I'll hire you to be our general cleaner, our office cleaner, if you guys clean our carpet. And just in the midst of her saying that, I say, well, wow, that's kind of interesting you saying that, because we offering a free carpet cleaning for those that stay with us for at least 1 year. So your very first year, after your very first year, you're eligible for a free carpet cleaning on the house, on us. She loved it. She ate it up, right? Because the key word in the sentence was, it was free, and then it was carpet cleaning. Okay? If you're just joining me, you guys, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. You say I? What that mean, Dion? I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. If you're on Facebook, any platform like that, any platform that you can share this on, I would really appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing your experience. Not a problem, not a problem. Dion sent it too fast. Oh, okay, yeah. I figured that. Yeah. Not a problem, Dion. And that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here, because it wasn't a Fabio Hart available to me in the beginning. I had to learn a lot of stuff through trial and error. I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm kind of helping you guys where you don't have to go through it. My approach is different than a lot of people approach here on YouTube. That's why a lot of people just navigate towards me. I love to hear you guys' stories. I really, really, truly get pissed off when you guys don't do what I ask of you, because it's free information. I tell people all the time, you can make at least $100,000 looking at my channel, at least, if you just put the action in. Stay consistent with your marketing, right? Get your forms together. Get your dress wear together. Be presentable. I want my guys to be presentable. I'm not saying have a 3-piece suit on or anything. You can have button up and some slacks, right? some comfortable, dress shoes or casual shoes. Ladies, same thing with you. Appearance take us everywhere. I tell people this all the time. When you walk in those people's office, the first thing they look at is you as a person, because they don't know how you clean as a company. They judge you as a person. They gotta like you upon seeing you, and within seconds they know if they like you. They can tell by your tonality. They can tell by your body language, your posture, right? That's what they're judging on. We do it all the time. When we see, a female, or if you're a female, when you see a guy you like, you know within seconds if you like that guy. Or if you're attracted to him at the very least, right? You know, okay, I'm attracted to that guy. My fellas, if you're attracted to that female, just based upon sin, or you judging her based on what you see. But she can be a thief in the night. He can be a crook by day. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't know, right? But you like what you see. But as you get the chance to get to know them, then you find out who they are. Same thing with this business. It's a people business. It's a person to person business. It's very people oriented. Okay, when you walk in there, you find out who the decision maker is. That's what I'm saying. Let me see what he said. What you said are the biggest mistakes you have done that we should try to avoid. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I share my mistakes. That's why I share my mistakes with you guys, because I want you to see where I effed up, and I want you to not do that. I tell you guys that, look your best, smell your best, great breath, have a breath mint, the Listerine strips or something, right? Yeah, it's nothing like bad breath, even if they have it. You want to be fresh, right? Give your best self, man. Have your folder, your 5-star binder. That's going to have your forms, your business cards, this and this and this and this, right? Everything that I named off. You want to have several copies of it, okay? I'll say 5 copies of each, okay? Have maybe some backup in the car, right? So you got some in the binder folder in the car, or your paper folder in the car. You got some in your 5-star folder that you take in with you, that you're taking your notes on, okay? You just want to be prepared, that's all. You just want to be prepared. Okay, if you don't have a contract, this is what you need to be spending your waking hours doing. Free always get people attention. Free is always going to get people attention. Whether you say you're doing a free cleaning, whether you're offering a free month free, whether you're upselling a free service, you say, hey, like what I use, hey, you stay with us for a year, 13-month free, right? Free always get you, some traction, because people always want something for nothing. I just want to make sure you guys get the forms situated, because it's very, very important. That's how I truly build my business. I walk in, I present myself well, my tonality is great, I look my best, I have my folder in hand, I already know what I need, I have a few business cards in my shirt pocket, so I don't have to open a folder per se. I give them a card, I take one of their cards, right? Before I leave, I make sure they don't have any more questions for me or anything that I have to answer. I'm transparent. Okay, guys, they're just human. Okay? It's not like they're God and they're coming down from the heavens or anything. They're just humans. They're just humans. So I would suggest to you guys very, very much that you must pay attention to your documents. Okay, again, if you need mine, I'm here to help you. Let me run down the pricing again, and for those you want to write this down, take some notes. Okay, but you have to stay persistent with this stuff. If you want my flyers, it's one flyer for commercial cleaning, and then it's a sales letter for those that want to attack the apartment, like apartment complexes and things like that. It's a sales letter. Okay, those are the two forms I'm talking about. So it's like one flyer and one sales letter. Sales letters are already written. All you have to do is open it up in Word, delete my stuff out, put your stuff in, print it off, you're good to go. The flyer is already done. All you have to do is just take my stuff out, put your stuff in, you're good to go. Okay? You might want to change the offer. You can leave the offer. It's up to you. One flyer is $40. Two flyers is $75. The original price for the flyers is $50 and two for $100. Okay, $50 and two for $100. If you want the flyer, in the subject line of the email at bookfabiohart@gmail.com, put flyers or flyers wanted. Put flyers wanted. In the subject headline, put flyers wanted. If you're interested in my estimate breakdown sheet, that's $190 or $299. Yeah, that's $299. I'm letting it go for $100. Put estimate breakdown wanted. Estimate breakdown wanted if you're interested. You don't have to get none of it. It's up to you guys. It works for me. I currently use this stuff. I wish let me call Delonte. Let me see if I can call him. Let me see if I could because he bought it all. Let me see. Might be too late. He's usually watching me when I go live. The sales letter, if you just want the sales letter by itself, it's one for $40. So you could get either or. Let me call him. I'm gonna put it on speaker, guys. This just how transparent I am. I just wanna see if I could He's one of my subscribers. I love this guy. He took off. He took off. I think this is him. I got so many. Yeah, this is him. Hey, how's it going, boss?
Oh, how you doing?
Hey, did I wake you?
No. I was actually just working on a few things.
You're working on a few things. Great. I got you on live, if you don't mind. I just wanted to let you know that you're on live. I wanted to talk to you, man, because, you know, I refer to you a lot because you bought everything and he actually paid top dollar, right? I want them to hear from you. I'm going to put the phone down and I just want you to talk and let them know how you feel about the forms that you bought, my contracts. What else you got, right? You got the contracts, the estimate breakdown, the flyers. Go ahead and talk, dude. Go ahead.
The full package. So, when I first started, obviously I didn't know everything, but I could tell that Mr. Fabio is, like, his information is legit because every single video that you clicked onto, he tells you something. So I was thinking that he gives you just a little bit to reel you in. So I just contacted him, you know. Once I contacted him, he actually talked to me one-on-one. I didn't talk to anyone else. And I was kind of surprised to actually hear from him. He walked me through how to do the payment and everything because I was already interested in buying certain things. Once I got that, I first bought the lead generation and a $75 or $55 to talk to him for an hour. He actually called me personally and talked to me for like 3 hours. And that kind of surprised me because most people just take your money and leave. You know, I really wasn't expecting this phone call, to be honest with you. And I know that probably sounds crazy.
Right.
But what grabs me is how genuine you are. You know, I'm only 21 years old, but I always tried to start businesses here and there, and I always took a risk and, you know, spent the money. But you actually try to help. You go above and beyond because, to be honest with you, I feel like if I was alone, I haven't fully started yet. But without you and your sheets and all these questions you ask, because you actually call me personally sometimes just to make sure you follow up to make sure I'm all right. You know, you're right behind me. And that kind of gave me a lot of confidence. So after that, I know I'm getting off the topic.
No, go ahead. Take your time, man. This is your testimony. Go ahead. I talk a lot about you. Go ahead. They're listening and they're commenting right now, and you can play it back and hear yourself and everything. You're going to see the comments. They're going to leave comments. Go ahead. Take your time. The floor is yours. I just want to hear from you because I always, talk about Tyreek.
Yes, sir. Okay. And then after that, you gave me what? You're supposed to give me like the flyers, and I really wanted the estimate breakdown sheet and a few other things, but I paid for it, I believe, like on a Friday, and you told me it was going to come to me the next day.
Right.
Well, I guess you don't send no the weekend, so
right.
It came on Monday,
yep.
But since it was a mistake on your end, you sent me the full package. And everybody's going to be aware. I was like, what the world? I was like, come on, I was just trying to have faith. I wasn't trying to give you any issue. But to be honest, it was like, I didn't really know you at the time. I only seen your YouTube. So I'm like, man, this is possibly a scam, but you never know what it was. But I woke up, like Monday, kind of woke up kind of late. And next thing you know, your assistant and everyone, they sent me the full package. I was like, wow. So that within itself kind of confused me because I didn't know that all this other stuff, I wouldn't have used this kind of stuff. I didn't even think that deep yet. I was just thinking about just walking in these accounts trying to get to the money, agreement, contract, but all the other paperwork that you gave too, So me personally, I was already thankful. So I wanted to buy, even though, you actually, contact to follow up, but I wanted to buy another $75, hour course. I sent you $75, I think, the next week when I got paid.
Right.
Because I wanted to, after I done my research, because you got to do your research. You can't just sit here and expect him to have all the answers. You got to put in some lead work. If you want something to happen, you can't expect him to do everything. Just like his videos, he got out in the cold when he had no one there. He's willing to help you, but what are you going to do to get this lifted off? No one is going to spoon feed you. You can't be afraid. Well, you will be afraid, but, I'm kind of afraid a little bit, but you got to try, and it'll happen. I'll track again. But, yeah, so once I talked to you and I got all the paperwork and everything cleared, and, we talked about the book sources, because I watched a lot of your videos, legit. The only thing I can say is try. Once you get that $75 course, I mean, you'll see for yourself.
Yep.
I mean,
yep. The $75 you're talking about, you guys, is the
hour.
Yep, the hour. I had discounted it for him for I believe it was 55 if I'm not mistaken. He got it for, but yeah, and like I said, guys, I always work it out with you. Like right now, I got the Christmas special going and everything, and you know what I'm saying. And he paid top dollar. I didn't even know I was gonna do a Christmas special, right? So I got a Christmas special on some of the stuff that he paid top dollar for. He paid full price for the stuff, right? And I went above it. Tyreek, tell him some of the forms that you can remember. I know we sent you a lot because I wanted to take care. Like he said, I don't know if you guys heard him. We were supposed to send his flyers out the next day. But when I spoke to him, it was on the Friday, and I said, dude, it's going to go out. But I'm thinking it's a Thursday, and we're going to send it out Friday. So because it was our mistake, and he was expecting it the next day, and it didn't come to him because our office is closed on Saturdays and Sundays, I went on and had my assistant and my team go ahead and send him all the forms that my company used for the price that he paid. Now, he got way above and beyond, you know, what he paid for. You see what I'm saying? Tyreek, do me a favor. Go on, if you can remember. Don't sway. You don't have to get up and get to your laptop and all of that. And
grab my laptop.
Okay. Would you tell them some of the forms that you received? How many? Let's start with this. About how many contracts did I send you? Gary, I know we sent you quite a few. About how many?
All right. So you gave me it comes in like a PDF file, and you can copy it and edit it, and some is just in a scroller, and you just copy it and paste it onto, like, you can do it for free, like Google Docs. You don't have to dial that stuff. This is something I'm saying.
So basically what he's saying, you guys, is I'm sorry to cut you off, Tyreek. I'm going to let you get back. What he's saying is we sent them different variations of it, and you can kind of copy it, and you can adjust it, and there's different formats that you can open it up in. That's what he's saying. So, Go ahead and go. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish off. About how many contracts exactly did we send you?
Well, you gave a residential home cleaning.
Yep, our home cleaning contract.
And, I know you gave me 2 different office cleaning contracts.
Yep.
Commercial.
Yep.
And apartment.
Apartments. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you can remember, just name off, maybe a few of the forms that we sent you.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you get so if you can't afford the time clocks and stuff like that, you have time sheets. What is it? Job applications.
Told you.
What? Yeah, job application. Trying to think here.
Yes.
Those mind-boggling.
It's so much.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
The agreements, payment agreements. You send me a payment agreement, so I guess when you seal the deal, they agree to pay.
Yeah.
That's all agreements here.
Okay, so. And we sent him that. Man, it's
There's a lot more. I probably need to go get my laptop. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you don't have to, dude. If you, I know it's kind of late. I called you kind of late. I just wanted to prove a point because I could say anything, but I wanted them to hear from you. And I know you're usually up like me because we had extensive talks about we listen to the motivational audios and Les Brown's and we stay up reading our books and things like that. So we're always up kind of late, trying to do our thing. And he haven't even got started yet, you guys. And he's off into a great run because he has all of the forms that he got from me. I went above and beyond for him, because of our mistake, right? And he has everything that I said on the video. He has that in the contract, right? That extensive contract, that real detailed one that I sent you, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's it's a powerful contract, right? But he put up the money for you guys, and he paid full price for it. I'm offering it to you guys for $300. You can't beat it with a stick. Okay, the flyer I'm offering it to you 1 for $40, 2 for $75, right? you can get the consulting. If you want to do an hour consulting with it, we give it to you for $45, right? So I mean, and he paid like top dollar for everything except for the consulting. He did that for, well, 1 week he did it for what was it, $55, and then he came back like I think the next week or something, and he did it for the full price, $75 an hour. So the thing is, you guys, is that this is powerful stuff. What the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. But what he forgot to say is you have to execute. The forms is one of the most important things that you guys need, because if you go to market, like I said, you market and people get to call on your phone, and you don't have those forms, you're gonna call me up and say, Fabio, I got an estimate to do, but I don't have. I think we even didn't we put an estimate breakdown in there for you?
Yeah, yes, sir. You gave me the estimate breakdown sheet as well.
Yep, the estimate breakdown sheet. Right, and then he can adjust the price. He can adjust the prices at his leisure. He can go up, he can go down, but he has it all. Right, go ahead, Tyreek. I'm sorry, I'm excited, dude, when you talk about this.
Fine. No, you're fine. I mean, it really, for me at least, I don't know everything about cleaning like different buildings and stuff like that. You know, you go by the square footage. You don't know what to charge, and I know when you first start. Depending on where you are, you're probably going to take a big loss. But if you can, I mean, once you get the estimate breakdown sheet, you can kind of look at it and mold it, but you get a general idea of how much to charge. You know how much the difference is between the square footages. I mean, that's a big help.
Right.
And, you know, I walked through it myself, so.
Right. See, guys, we sent them a lot of forms, and some forms that we haven't even talked about. Like he said, I told you guys earlier, I sent him my timesheet. I said that. He just said that with his own mouth. He has our application that we use and have the people, you know, fill out the application. I mean, we just sent him some stuff because we made a mistake there. But we also sell those forms. I just don't push them like that because I feel like, okay, anybody can get an agreement, or anybody can get, you know, an application. Go to Staples, get an application. But because of our mistake and because of what we promised and didn't deliver on the day we said we're going to deliver it, Monday morning, like he said, when he woke up, he was flooded with a bunch of stuff, right? He had a residential contract, he had the flyers and this and that, and I mean, so he had what we said that he was going to have. And then, like, he just tell you guys, I charge an hour worth of coaching or consulting. And how long was you on the phone with me again, Tyreek? I just want to make sure they heard that.
Every time, you know, we talk, because I have a lot of questions. I kind of do my research before. I don't want to waste his time, you know, because I'm serious about it. Why pay the $75 if you're just going to ask the basic questions? I'm going to pick his brain because he knows what he's talking about. So, when we first talked, you know, I thought it was my fault because we went for 3 hours. But when we talked again, you know, I still had a lot of questions. We talked for about, you know, say about hour and a half. But hour and a half, 2 hours. But, I mean, he's open, and when he talks to you, he doesn't rush you. You're getting the real Mr. Fabio.
Yeah, I didn't cut him off, you guys. I didn't watch the clock and say, okay, Tyreek, it's over, dude. You got to pay another $75, $55, and you know, we give you some more time. We can have a coach. I answered all these questions, and whatever he forgot to ask me, he emailed. Hey, tell him about Jasmine. How quickly you tell me Jasmine get back really quick. Get him over to me. Get me back on the phone.
Yeah, that's his assistant, right? And every time, like, any question I have, if she can handle it on her level, she will. You know, if it's something simple, but if it's something like complex or, you know, super business related, she'll okay, I'll have him call you. Like, what? And then he calls me.
Right.
And that's crazy because you know, I was just watching your video. You know, I wouldn't even say a full month ago. Well, I would say maybe like a month ago. And then, you know, I just went for it. But if you're not serious, then don't waste your time. That's all I'm saying. Because I mean, you're literally just gonna waste your time. But Mr. Fabio Hart is genuine. That's the thing that caught me. That's what's different between him and these other people out here. He actually gives his time to you and tries to genuinely help you. He doesn't just take your money and be done with you. And that's what, I mean, at least for me.
Yep. And see, I don't know him. I never seen him before. I never met him or anything like that. But I call him. I call you. I say, Tariq, did you get started? He say,
yeah.
I'm working on it. I got this. I'm dealing with this. It's the holiday time, so I'm kind of dealing with family. I just want to deal with my family right now, and then I'm gonna hop back on it. But I'm on it, Fabio. Like I'm on him. Right, so like he said, he always say, well, Fabio, I'm just so appreciative because you could have just took my money and you could have just started avoiding me instantly like other guys out here do. And I'm always approached. Betty, I think is Betty still online, guys? Let me see. I haven't heard from Betty in a minute. Betty the same way. Betty, she could tell you her testimony. I can hang up from Tyreek right now, and if Betty want to tell you guys, Betty the same way. Right? I talked to Betty. So the thing is, guys, like I say, Betty, yep, she's still on here. Right? So it's the same thing. I talked to Betty for a long time. Right? And it wasn't even no coaching. She asked me questions. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Betty's the one that her family watch me with her, and she, they get engaged and things like that. But the thing is, she have a question. I give her an answer. I don't rush. Right? Just like Tyreek said, I don't rush. Right? I don't force my products on her. If she want to purchase, she can purchase. If she doesn't, she doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But I still treat her the same way that I treat Tyreek. Tyreek bought the contract because he wanted to make his job a lot easier. So when he got his business up and going and developed and got it done, he got a date in his head. He got a system going. He's already working on it. And after talking to me, I share a lot of my great valuable ways that I, let's say, get contracts, and let's say I pick up residential clients. I shared that with them on the call. So he know this stuff, right? And I've been very accessible ever since, right? You see how I just called him just now? It was kind of late. I didn't want to do it, but we always up. Whenever you got a question, hey, shoot me a message or whatever, and I shoot right back. So we always up. So I just took a chance and called them, thinking, it's going to be a problem. But I know it's kind of late, but like I said, guys, I only called them because I wanted you to hear from the horse's mouth, right? This stuff is not hard at all, right? This stuff it's not hard. It's not hard to do. You just have to take action. You just have to take action. But you got to get your forms. That's the main reason I called him, because he didn't have no forms. He didn't have no sense of really where to start, right? And then he got the forms. And he just, Fabio, I can't. And we sent him so many. I sent him my first ever contract, like the general contract we had. The second one that we had, I think. I sent him like the more updated one, the more extensive one, the one that the bread and butter of it, right? I sent him the contracts, right? He paid top dollar, $500. He paid top dollar for this stuff, you guys. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not using this as a sales tactic either, because if you want to buy from me, you buy from me. If you don't, you don't. You got at least $100,000 worth of information right here on my YouTube channel, right? And like I say, the reason I'm on you guys like this, and the reason I come really, really hard, is because, look, I can't monopolize this industry. I wish I could. I wish I could just control it, right? But I can't. It's an $85 billion a year industry, and it's steady growing, okay? So why be selfish with this information, and you can get your 1%, 2%, get your small portion of the $85 billion market that I'm not going to get. I'm not going to get the whole, the market. I'm not going to get that, right? I want to. I'm shooting for it. But I share my information because I want to see you guys win. Because, again, there was no Fabio Hart available to Fabio Hart when Fabio Hart first started, right? I didn't have nobody I can call on an ongoing basis. Yeah, my mentor now, but like I told Tyreek and like I tell you guys earlier, they stay on the phone with me for 2 minutes, dude. I got to get everything out in 2 minutes. They got to go. It's got to go. Tyreek, when I call him, or anybody for that matter, I talk to a young lady, I can call her now. I wouldn't want to, but we were talking extensive. She was more into the residential side of things, doing residential side. Talked to her earlier. She didn't get coaching or anything. She just asked me questions like, yeah, this is how you do it. I said, okay, well, lean on me. If you get stuck, get caught in a rut, just call me. Just say, hey, Fabio, I need to do this. How do I do it? I'll show you. Okay? If I don't know something, I'm not going to lie to you and act like I know it. I'm just going to tell you, hey, Tyreek, hey, Betty, hey, whoever, look, I don't know this right now. Let me get a little intel in it. Let me get some information about this, and I'm going to call you back. That's what I would do. Okay? So what I'm telling you guys is stuff that I done been through or stuff that I done seen other people go through that I can help you with, whether it's franchise or non-franchise. Okay? Everybody know I'm independent, but I do know a little bit about franchise because I got friends in the franchise business. Okay? So if you guys have any more questions, go ahead and throw them out there. Tyreek, you had anything you might wanted to add to anything that you said? I know I keep cutting you off.
Oh, no, you're not cutting me off, I would like, thanks again for everything. I mean, I kind of say that a lot, but I just appreciate everything. My biggest thing is for everyone is just, soak up what you can on YouTube, but when you feel comfortable, go for it. Take the leap. That's my thing. While I'm young, even if you're not young, go for it. Take the chance. You would rather be, living your life knowing that you at least tried than to with anything,
Okay.
and to die, not,
Oh, okay. And Tony said one of my I like Tony. He speaks his mind. I like him actually. Tony said the cleaning industry is fierce with many competitors, and although Tony is right, that's why it's got to be something about you that sets you apart from everybody else. Like it's got to be maybe a USP or something that sets you apart, right? Like who was that? Domino's that say they do it in 30 minutes or less, or it's free or something like that. Back in the day, like everybody had these little things, like these little pitches and things like this, right? So you got to have something that sets you apart, right? But you also have to believe in you. You have to convey that some way. When you look them in the eyes, they have to understand what you're saying is, like you really believe in you. Okay? Like you really, really believe in you. You really, really believe in your company. You got to look the part. I tell people that all the time. When you go in there, you got to look the part because they don't know you from a can of paint. They don't know you. Okay? So what's happening is that they're judging you based upon the way you look. Now, when you start cleaning for them, if it come a time where you do so, then they can judge your cleaning activity. But up until then, you have to look the part. Right? You have to, I'm not saying be in a three-piece suit. Like I said earlier, right? You have a nice button-up shirt, some khakis, and some nice casual shoes. You walk in there, you have your business cards, you have your folders. I told Tyreek about the folder that I just told you guys about, your business cards, your flyers, your what else I said, Tyreek? Your ingredients.
Estimate breakdown sheet.
Estimate breakdown, see? And that's the same stuff I shared with them on the coaching, the same stuff you heard on this video. This stuff works. It's work. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys. I'm not this cleaning guy, this guru. I don't get every account. I'll be lying if I told you I got every account I went after. I'm fierce with it, though, but I don't get every account that I go after. I'd be lying to you if I told you so. Okay? So that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you got to have the paperwork. Okay? Bad paperwork equal bad results. Okay? So when your paperwork is not lining up, your business is not going to line up. Right? When your paperwork is not lined up, you're going to go into bad deals that's just terrible, right? That you like, fuck, you're going to call me, dude, I don't know why I signed up for that. I don't know how many people email me, text me, call me, whatever the case is, or just right here on live say, man, I got screwed fucking last week, dude. Like, how do I get out of that? Like, what do you think I did wrong? And I tell you, you know what I'm saying? But your paperwork, it's all in the paperwork and how you word things, okay? Let me see what else. Let me see any questions. Big Dog, what's up, man? Hey, Anthony C. I love Anthony C. Anthony C. That's one of my favorite subscribers. He's like Tyreek too. He's really on it. His business is growing and prospering. And he know his stuff. Like he actually helped a lot of you guys out here when you don't have something. He's actually shared stuff with me that I'm not even too familiar with, that he's been a part of, that I'm like, oh, okay, great, well, let me jot that down, right? So I mean, again, like I say, I'm not this God. I'm not this guy that know everything. I know a lot, but I don't know everything, and we all learn from each other. That's what I like about going live, Okay, but you got to believe in yourself, you guys, and you got to get the paperwork right, because if the paperwork is not right, bad paperwork going to equal bad results. Yep, Betty, she's another one. I like Betty. She's... What's up, Anthony? Yes, Fabio, we can help each other. Yeah, you can help each other. Tyreek, do you have anything in closing, anything that you want to add to this?
No, sir.
Nope, that's about it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I wanna thank Tyreek for taking a little time. I know I called him extremely late. Happened to be here on live. Called him late. I know he's gearing up. We already talked about when he's going to launch his business, kicking it off at the top of the year. He already has his forms in place. He's building his folder. He's getting his mindset ready, right? He's going to go door to door. He's going to pick up the phones. He's going to do a lot of different things that we talked about on our call. And I have faith in him that I told him, if he do this stuff, that's the money that he paid me, it's going to be a walk in the park, because he's going to be able to make that back so quickly. He understands that he has to, plan his week, plan his days out, right? He's got to find a way around his job and everything else. He understands. He fully understands that. Okay? So, and that's what you guys have to do. You have to find your way. You have to, I know you got jobs and stuff you got to do, kids and things like that. But if you want it as bad as you want to breathe, you have to do what it takes. Let me see here. Anthony C says, a lot of fly-by-nighters out here, these competitors. Remember that, guys. Right, Anthony C, he said it best. I wouldn't have even thought of that. There are a lot of fly-by-night companies out here. Okay, Tyreek, I'll go ahead and let you go, dude. Thanks for taking my call. I really appreciate it. If you want to hop on the live while I'm still on here, you're more than willing to. If not, we'll definitely catch up, because we catch up quite a few times throughout the week. So I appreciate you for answering the call and it just enlightened my subscribers here.
No, thank you, and I hope someone listens to it and take action. But thanks again, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, bud. You be safe now.
All right, too.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
That's that, you guys. So, I mean, it feels like it's never really late. Well, I only said it's late, for him because I called him late, and but we've conversed many times. Okay, King James, that's Tyreek, you guys. He's on live. That's him. So King James, that's him. That's who you just heard. So, but like I said, you guys, you're right, it's never too late to work on your business, that's for sure. But I called him late, so I wanted to respect that too. So I wanted to apologize for that. Because remember, while everyone else is sleeping, we're up grinding. That's right. We're getting ahead. You got a head start on the competition. You guys got any more questions or anything that you might want to ask me? For those that's interested in anything that I offer, just put King James, good luck, brother. Yeah. Oh, he's going to win. He's aligned himself with me. There's no way you can align yourself with me and not win. Sorry. I'm holding him accountable. I'm basically like I did with Darnella. I don't even hear from her too much anymore. But Darnella, she's doing great. She's making in the double digits monthly, right? And that's a lot from where she came from, right? Working through a temp agency, doing plant work, and they let her go, and she just took a chance with me, right? Scared to give over the money, and she gave it over to me, and we flipped it, right? But that's because I know I'm charismatic and things like that, but I truly believe in what I say. I mean, I really work at that stuff, you guys. My last question, do you use any vendors or any background check? I'm shopping around. Yeah, you can find a lot of them background companies online. You can use any one of those, guys. They all have the same type of database. So, I mean, vendor checks. What do you mean in that regard to vendor checks? Like, I just want to make sure I understand where you're coming from with that. Guys, do you have any questions for me? If you have any questions for me, throw them out, man. Throw them out. Like, who would you recommend to purchase equipment from? Oh, that's a good question. I'll tell you one thing for sure. You don't necessarily always have to buy new. One thing about having it new is you know it's going to work, right? But I would say liquidation. You know, there's always these companies that are selling, like, you know, machinery and this and this and that. They liquidating stuff. Just put in liquidation sale in whatever area you're in, right? In your city or your state. And just kind of Google that and see, you know, you can put in like commercial cleaning equipment liquidation. Do you hire homeless people in transition? I haven't, but that don't mean that I won't. No problem, no problem. Liquidation for sure. I would try that. Yep. All you have to do is look at like liquidation sales or liquidation cleaning equipment sales in your town or something like that. Just play around with the words. And you might find some, you know, whatever type of machine you're looking for that might be liquidated or people just trying to get off. Another place you could look is Craigslist. Just be careful on that. Another place you could look maybe for used, maybe perhaps it's eBay, maybe Amazon. OfferUp is this company, this app called OfferUp. OfferUp. It's an app for Android. I'm sure it might be, you know, available for iPhone. I'm an Android guy. So you can go to OfferUp. They sell some of everything on there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. You just come back and let me know if it works. But this is just how resale shops. Try resale shops. You know, maybe for vacuum cleaners and that little, you know, that type of stuff. They might not have buffers and things like that. But like a vacuum cleaner. That's where I got my first ever vacuum cleaner, by the way, a resale shop. And I actually still have it to this day. It still works. We don't use it. It's in our storage warehouse, but man, that would be crazy having a homeless person working for you. Homeless people tend to either have drug problems or mental problems. Menards and Home Depot, yep, like Anthony C said, that's buying it new. But you also can rent the machines too, you guys. Keep that in mind, and you can always get the receipts and write them off. Write them off, you know, for tax purposes. Okay? But, you know, you can rent them or you can buy them new. Anthony said, you know, homeless people, it'd be crazy to hire homeless people because they either, what do you say, have health problems or drug issues. I disagree. Not all of them, because sometimes people is just homeless for reasons unbeknownst to them, or reasons that they really don't even have. They don't have you know, shit. What's the word? That's out of their control, so to speak, right? Because if you got a house fire and you're homeless, then that's out of your control. You just had a house fire, right? So, I mean, you know, and there's a lot of homeless people, believe it or not, that's like millionaires right now. So they can't be that, they can't be that out of the you know, out of the loop, because there's a lot of millionaires that were homeless at one point. And they started cleaning businesses and things like that, or different services or tech companies, or stuff like that, and they were like really, really homeless. Once you hire them, they're your business too. Right, right. But I mean, I've never hired anyone homeless, but no one homeless has ever applied for a job with me. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't hire them. You know, you can. I believe in second chances. Now, if you help them, then you identify that they have a problem, then you know, it's another way to handle that. You can suggest them going into some type of treatment or some type of facility. You don't have to. I'm not saying that you're down on them, Anthony. I'm not saying that, or not Anthony, but Tony. But there's, you know, ways to deal with it, dude. You can help them out. You know. I mean, if they incoherent and they don't understand the training of the task that you're trying to train them to do, they might learn slow. You know, that could, you know, anything can happen, and that can be as a result of drugs. There's a lot of vets that's homeless. You know, they came back, you know, from duty, and they, you know, it just didn't turn out the way they wanted it to turn out. So they veterans that just happen to be homeless. You know, and they're trying to find a way. They living out of, you know, the shelters and the soup kitchens and things like that. Right. I agree with you, Dion. Totally. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. You guys have any questions for me? Right. Well, that's with anything you do, right? That's even with your cleaning business. That's a box of chocolates too. You know, you just have to take the punches. You know, you have to take the good with the bad with the good, right? You have to weigh your options. You have to make decisions every day, right? Sometimes we make the wrong decisions. Sometimes we miscalculate a decision. Sometimes we go in thinking that it's the right decision and it happen to turn out to be a bad decision. Sometimes we go in making a bad decision and then you know, or we don't go in making a bad decision, but it's a bad decision sometimes turn out to be the best decision. You know, you're like, damn, well, okay, it was kind of bad, but it was actually good, right? So sometimes things happen, you know. But life as a whole is a risk. You know, once you wake up and you put on your shoes and you get to moving around, the rest of your day is a risk. Every move is a risk. So, yeah, I agree with that. All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions, what I'm going to do is go ahead and call it a night. I did want to hone in on some homeless people are the hardest working people, and some are not lust like anyone else. Right? Some are not like anyone else. Yeah, yeah. Homeless people. I just believe everybody. Need a chance. I mean, and I'm not discrediting what you said, Tony. Like I know some, got habits and things like that, and they just don't want to kick the habit. All right, it's saying that my battery is about to go dead, you guys. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and cut this. Thank you, Fabio. Have a good night, brother, and also good. Okay, great. Much love to you guys, man. I love you guys. Until next time, the only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. You guys take care.